Hi traders, hope you are having a fantastic day. This is a coaching video for the 2nd of October. Markets are very quiet as we wait for the non-farm payroll this week. But I want to go over a few important things that are important for my clients in terms of parabolic trends, price cycles, and also understanding and recognizing when a buy signal is valid and when it's not valid. And I also want to talk about gold on steroids and how to use it properly, and understanding when not to trade, which is equally important, especially with gold, because it's quite a big mover. But the first thing that you might recognize here, this is the DXY. I've been talking about this for several weeks. It's been completely sideways, but we have a fresh buy signal. So there's a couple of important points here. And it's perfectly feasible that the dollar is going to have a little bit of a rally. Okay, so the first rule of thumb is we do have, need to change that color. Let's go yellow. The first rule of thumb is we need to see a big, fat, beautiful buy signal. I need to see that the price is moved above the 20 SMA, tick number 2, and I need to see that all the buyers are in, indicating that it's highly likely to move up. And the other thing that's really important is the price cycle. Where is the price cycle? Is it overbought? Is it oversold? Or is it okay? This is a perfect scenario for the dollar to rally. So we have this oscillator here, and as we can see, we've got this moving up, and we can see that this is going to go like this up here. Now I understand we have non-farm payroll, so it's not ideal, but I just want to show you as an example of what you're looking for before you trade. So let's look at a sell scenario as well. These are good examples. We don't trade the DXY, but nonetheless the rules are the same. So we can see that we've got a big fat sell signal here on an order block, which is fantastic, and below the 20 SMA, a great price action tool, by the way. We can see that the color of the candles is red, negative, and we have all the sellers in. The price cycle, how does it look to you? It looks good. The other thing that I would say is once you see that the price cycle is okay, look for the blue line below the orange line. That indicates that that is your trend. And then the price gives way. So there's a few things that's happening here, isn't there? There's a few things that telling you when to buy and when to sell, but it's also telling you where the price cycle is in addition to the trend. Now this is a daily chart, so very slow, and that's okay. You can just use this chart. And I would recommend it in the beginning because you don't want to get involved with anything else in price action, in everything else. You want to get your confidence and build your account quite quickly. Now, once we have a parabolic trend, it stays for quite some time. And what we do then, you can just simply move your stop to just above this yellow line if you're selling it. And once it starts to move up, you can move your stop just below the yellow line as it moves up. To maximize your profits, and this is the key because it doesn't always work. Funny that. And because it doesn't always work, we have stop outs. So that's fine. But as long as your profitable trades keep on going, hold on to them as long as you can and move your stop and rack it up the profits. Now we can also see the targets here, which are automatically driven on the advanced pro charts, and the support lines as well. So these are really, really important. So this generates probably a few more questions, so just drop me a line and I'll help you along and set up your chart so you're ready to trade. This is very relaxed trading. There is no pressure on this at all. Let's have a look at a few examples of parabolic trends. You can see these highlighted by my green flags and my red flags. That indicates that they are parabolic and they could be traded. Now I say could be. This is the Hang Seng. We've been long this for quite some time. However, look at where the price cycle is. Is this a safe place to enter? No, it's not a safe place to enter. So what you want to be doing is getting into the trade at the earliest of the price cycle. Once you see a buy signal and the price moves above the yellow line and all the buyers are in, the pattern is the same. It never changes. And look at the price cycle and look where the direction it's telling you in advance where the price is going to go. And there it goes. So do you want to be in this now? The answer is no. It is parabolic, and so I've still got it highlighted because it may come back and then go back up again. We may have an opportunity to buy it again. However, understanding you don't want to be entering at this top price here, which is hit our target 22,365 and 20,820. You don't really want to be entering at the late stages of this price cycle. I'm just going to flick around to show you. I mean, it's not ideal, of course, because we're seeing prices not going anywhere, but nonetheless, it's always a good idea when it's quiet to have a look at these things, and just a reminder of what you should be looking for. And the key to it is just keep your trading really, really simple and relaxed, because you'll just feel a lot more relaxed. And if you have a clear structured rule or a number of rules that have to be ticked before you go long or go short, then of course that's going to help you make more money more often. So here we can see the DAX, the German DAX. I mentioned this a few days ago in the VIP room, and we've got a big fat buy signal above the yellow line. So that's a buying opportunity. Are all the buyers in? Yes, they are. They might not be in on the first day. You might have to wait 24 hours for the next candle, which is fine. But once you have that, you can check with the price cycle down below. And the price cycle tells you that, yes, this is fine. Is it trending upwards? Yes, it is. And so therefore the price is highly likely to move up. The other point to make is we often talk about outside bars. This is clearly an outside bar, and so the price is highly likely to have a correction of some sort. Now, because it's quiet, it might be a good idea to take your profits out from here. It might only be a few hundred points, but nonetheless, have a look at the price cycle below. So the price cycle below tells you that there's two things it tells you. The number one thing is that it's overbought, which could indicate a potential correction. I think it is a correction. The markets are holding up very well considering the circumstances. But all the buyers are in. But do you want to be buying at this stage, at this price cycle, is what I ask. And the answer is no. You've got to wait for the price to actually pull back and then move back into the trend. So banking the profits here. The other thing to note here, you might have spotted it already. There is not a straight line, but it gives you the flavor. And we can see here that we have negative divergence in the market as well, which is sometimes it can initiate a reversal, but often just tells us that there's no momentum in the market. So by taking your profits off the table in these circumstances allows you to bank the profits, number one, but it also allows you to look elsewhere for better trading opportunities. Parabolic trends are the best in the world, and so therefore understanding the price cycle at the same time is useful. Now this has turned red here, so I'm switching the NASDAQ off. Okay, so the NASDAQ is now mixed because of that. Now the trade was here on this big fat buy signal above the yellow line, and the price moved up. And look at the price cycle. So within a few days, within a week, you can see that you should be taking your profits off the table. Now gold is now mixed, so that's off the table now. So quickly you can actually just scan the markets. It takes literally 5 minutes per day, and check where the price is in terms of price cycle and where the price is in terms of trend, and is there any room for the price to go up. So we can see here we have several buy signals on the daily chart, a breaker structure here, and look at the price cycle here. So this indicates now gold is mixed at the very best. This is not parabolic, and we can see that the price cycle is actually moving down. It's not selling this is not a selling opportunity. However, I think it is going to come down into some kind of support at 26.40, even down to 25.91, 92. So this kind of scenario here is to say, well, I'm not going to go long or short this at the moment. I'm happy to wait and look for better trades. Aussie USD has been green for a week or two, and we can see now that the price cycle has ended. So the price cycle for this, are you going to buy it here? No, it's not a good idea. Are you going to wait for a pullback and then another buying opportunity? Probably a better option, but with non-farm payroll around the corner, of course. So the entry would have been on your buy signal here and here. So the pattern never changes. Let's have a look at a few more. So we had a fantastic move on the US Canadian a few weeks ago, back in August, and the price has done nothing since. However, we do have all the sellers in. We do have a big fat sell signal below the yellow line, so this is very, very weak. 133.91 is the first target, and then we have another target down here. So you should be in this and then just managing the trade to make sure that it stays below the yellow line. Now the US yen, I've got my eye on this because all the buyers have stepped in, as you can see today, but there's no volume in the market. But what's interesting is, as I showed you earlier, the DXY is looking good. It's looking like it wants to go up. All the buyers are in and there's a nice price cycle. So what will drive the US yen is stronger dollar and a weaker, we're not seeing that yet on the weaker yen. I'll do the full analysis later on, but this is really just a reminder of what you should be looking for to get into the price early on a buy and sell signal. Once you've got the advanced pro charts, then of course the world is your oyster. You can make your own mind up anytime. But the whole point of why I've set these up in this way, to be first of all successful, which is great, but also to give me time and you time to actually spend with your friends and family. So you're not be bogged down by looking at charts all day. It doesn't make any sense. Aussie Canadian, have a look at this. Yeah, so straight away you can see the buy signal. Where would you have bought this? Yeah, right there. 91.14, now 93. Euro New Zealand. Nice sell signal. I did speak about this in the week, if you remember, to the VIP members, but the risk to reward just wasn't there. 174.55. It's going to be hit in the next few hours. But you can see the rhythm of the market. You can see the price cycle. You can see when all the sellers are coming in. You can see when all the buyers are coming in. So it's a fantastic way to trade. Aussie New Zealand has gone long. Now this is interesting, isn't it? It's gone long. We just banked a nice profit on this short term, but I think this is a much more long term. So 11140 is target. And we can see what's happened here. This is interesting. So we can see that we had a buy signal here. The price cycle was high, but there was a pullback. So now the price has moved back into the trend by allowing the oscillator to move down because it was overbought, and then start to move up again. So this is looking really good. You should be long this right now. Now nothing else is trending. There's no other parabolic trends. There's stuff getting ready, but nonetheless this one, for instance, on New Zealand is ready because of the price cycle. Euro New Zealand isn't ready because of the price cycle. Understanding where it's at, could bounce at any time. I want to go into gold now to help you along your way in terms of gold. Bear with me. So gold on steroids is a fantastic system to actually get into the trend, and it's a trending formula. Okay, it's not looking at we do look at outside bars, we do look at order blocks, high liquidity zones. They are highly valuable. I'm not going to talk about that today. That's for another day. But what I am going to talk about is trends, buy signals, sell signals, so that you can get a better idea of what you're looking at. So I have the 30-minute chart, which I like the best. Okay, so this is, so we had a buy signal here. Look, we had a buy signal this morning on gold, and it went above the white line. So the white line, so the rules are, okay, let's go over the rules. That's probably the best thing. Let's enlarge this. So this is the 30-minute chart. So what I'm looking for, I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. Bear with me. I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. So what we have here is a 30-minute chart. We have a big fat buy signal above the white line, which is positive, and we've previously had an outside bar. So an outside bar is where the price has fallen too far too quickly, and there's going to be a bounce. So wait for the buy signal and then wait for all the buyers to come in. So there's your buy. Now you can actually put, if you want to be more aggressive, you can actually put your buy here, and then you can actually have your stop below the white line, which I like. So I've got a stop less than 50. Okay, so stop less than 50 is nice. You can have a massive risk to reward, and then the price goes up and stays above the white line, which is really important. So once you see that happening, it's the same, the opposite way for a sell. So once we get that scenario and those rules apply, and that you tick that box once more, similar to the parabolic trend, we then can go down to, let's say, a 10-minute chart, which is what this is on the left. So let me align these for you. You can probably see it straight away, can't you? So what we do here, we wait for the double break on the 10-minute chart or the 5-minute chart. Doesn't matter, or the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart is a little bit late. So a 10-minute chart is probably about right. It's your personal choice, really. It's subjective, but nonetheless, the same rules have to apply. So the first thing is we need to see a change of character here, don't we? So we've had a sell-off. Look on the left. Great opportunity to sell if you wanted to sell it. Double break, so a double sell. You're looking for a double buy. A double buy just means we've got two indicators showing buy and buy. So this is a very strong buy. Okay, especially if it lines up with the move on the left. So once you get that, how you manage it? Very easily. Your initial stop is below the support line, 26.31, which would be about the same as the left, below the white line, and then you just let it go. Now what I mean by that is you can have a target of 2 to 1, but often within a strong trend, especially with gold, it moves and it moves and it moves. So better, if I were you, now we do have a target here, for instance, on the left, you just look left, don't you? So you look up here, 26.64 is a nice target here, and that's probably the best way to do it. Just look left on the 30-minute chart, see what has been before, and then use that as your target. In the meantime, you can just let it go to the target, or you can manage it if you've got the time. It's just like once, this is a few days, by the way. So just move it, just move your stop just below this support line here to lock in profit. It's not too tight because otherwise you might get tripped out. And then of course things change here. So once you get tripped out here, or it's reached your target, happy days, 270 pips, whatever it was, then you've got a situation where we had a short position based upon outside bars and high liquidity. That's another story. I'm just dealing with trends today. Hopefully you don't mind. And we can see the change of character here. The double break took place here. So that was overnight. So what? But now the situation is that we had a buy signal here on the left. If you can see that. And the price went above the white line. Okay. So this is not a valid signal. What I mean by that, we don't have a double break on the lower time frame. We do need a double break. Now we do have some orders up here to have a break of structure somewhere, and so therefore we do expect the price to go up above 26.57 or something like that. So once we get that going, then we can go long and we hold. Okay, the trend is still long. It's not parabolic now on the daily, but nonetheless we can see where the direction is from this channel. Okay, so how do we conclude? What do we conclude from this? First of all, we can understand or recognize straight away where there's a false signal, like the buy signal this morning. This is definitely not ready. And we can also understand the outside bar from this, so that's a good exit strategy. And we can also understand the entry point on the double buy signal. This is highly valuable and will be a game changer to many of you who are trying to trade gold. Now you have to be patient with it. Sometimes it happens overnight, and that's just one of those things. But nonetheless, it's a good idea to have the tools ready so that your settings are ready to actually trade. Hopefully that's been helpful. I'm here to help, here to support you. So if you've got any questions, please let me know.